Are we afraid of HIV? You can say, are we afraid of death? I feel like asinendaba nokufa, but sisaba ukuba nabantwana instead of saying ukuthi sisaba ukufa. Ukufa sikusabi. Ukufa sikuchallenge sikubhekile so. But kuba nomntwana bese ubona ukuthi because nowadays
you have a point there.
Definitely. I think that's where I was going. In this question, Uguti. We are actually not afraid of the diseases that we might contract in the process of
Sexual
having
intercourse.
intimacy.
Yeah.
But what we are afraid of the most is having kids. Because we understand what hindrances that might bring into our lives. But with regards to sex, we'll just have sex. And then it will be that mistake, Uguti. I didn't put out in time.
You've just stepped into An Empty Street, a podcast where you casually engage in difficult conversations about relationships, wealth, and health. We are just three curious gentlemen who ask questions almost about everything, and our aim is to find answers from others and within ourselves. We sit down every week to explore unaltered conversations. So let's walk the talk together, and welcome to the Empty Street Podcast.
In 3,
2, 1.
we're rolling. Welcome to the MC Street Podcast.
We back.
We're live.
Another one.
We're live. Another Tuesday, another week.
Wait,
Another day.
It's been a minute, gents. It's been a minute. It's been a minute. It's been a minute. You might not know, but we know that it's been a minute, you know?
I even said it the other day with Nceba.
Yeah, man. I mean, we make a lot of. I mean, apart from the content, I feel like it's bigger than just the content.
I think there's a lot happening more than...
it's bigger than just the content.
There's a lot happening outside of the camera.
It's the brotherhood we were talking about the other day on the episode, you know? So I feel like it's besides just the content we make, we also kind of hone in on the brotherhood. You know, and I appreciate it. So I look forward to the times. You know, it's all But yeah, man, unlike other days, we are not packing any gifts, so we have nothing to unwrap. It's just us three, you know, your local citizens.
Yeah.
And I mean, today we come bearing a different topic.
Yeah. Curiosity,
Yeah, we're curious.
Yeah, curious.
Yeah, more than anything else.
Yeah,
It's
curious.
You guys can chime in on the conversation as well. Just comment in the section below, or you can like, subscribe, or share if you feel like it's relatable content for you. But besides that, let's get into it. Let's get into it.
So, Manji, since I'm the one who came with the
topic.
Came with the question, you guys want to...
I mean,
you want me to start with it?
Nah, dude, you don't have to.
But it's the thing, Yuguti. I think everyone has noticed it, but no one is actually talking about it. I don't think anyone is talking about it.
I don't think it's anyone that's not talking about it, but I think it's a few.
It's a few
that are talking about it. Because it's noticeable.
It's noticeable.
For the fact that you noticed it.
Yeah.
I've noticed it. I'm sure Ntwana has noticed it.
Yeah.
How many more people have noticed it? Yeah. You know what I mean?
What are we talking about?
Yeah, you might be asking.
What we are talking about is the fact that when the weather starts changing and it starts getting cold,
so
and it starts getting rainy, and you actually look at the rates in which people are getting pregnant, and what does it tell us?
During winter.
Yeah. During winter or during any other time. But what does that tell us? It tells us that people are having unprotected sex. And my question would be, why does it seem like people are not afraid of contracting the disease or the diseases and the viruses that are involved in having sex.
Yeah.
Compared to
contracting an STD.
Having compared to having a child. Because people can have children. That's no big.
Yeah.
Like it's no big. But one thing I think people should be afraid of is actually contracting the disease. So what makes it in this day and age that people are less afraid of contracting the disease and they are engaging themselves in situations where they'll have unprotected sex?
Protected sex.
Yeah.
I think, like from my perspective, is I feel like the lifestyle these days, it has kind of condoned the hookup culture. First thing, right?
Okay.
So, with this hookup culture that we have now adopted, it's now like, true. I know when I go out, when I go to this club or to this place, or something, right? And then in you doing that, you might not be fully prepared. It might be a night where I'll plan, because on the nights where you planned, you might come back empty-handed. But here's a night where you go out, no plans of getting lucky.
Getting lucky in
terms of like a woman.
Okay.
You know, like you have no intentions, or you went out with no plan of coming home with someone.
So ingani ukhuluma isayidini lamajita.
Yeah, for us gents. I mean, it's much you know, you go out, no plans of coming back with someone, but it so happens that so swipey, you know, swipey or sniper. Now you're coming back with this person, right? But the problem now is, you don't have contraceptives. Me, for one, I know that it would end right there, right? But now, the thing is, not everyone would think like me. There's people that are like, they put it all on the line, and like, you know what, fuck it. You know? And then, within that fuck it moment, there's two risks that you might come across. It's either the risk of impregnating the woman you're with, or of contracting a disease, or a virus, or whatever.
Yeah.
Right? So I feel like
when you say virus, please emphasize that it's the
HIV virus.
HIV
virus. Yeah. You know, the HIV virus. So I feel like that's where our lifestyle has put us. So, and the thing is, it's fast-paced. It's not like you can go to a doctor at 12 p.m. at night, or go to your test and to find out if this person you're with is actually safe. You know, obviously
maybe you should have just like people keep condoms in their apartments and places. They should also have a
blood testing type of thing. Yeah, it would make sense, because I mean, it would save on a lot of things.
Yeah.
So I feel like that also kind of contributes. The lifestyle we live has accelerated.
Yeah.
Because it's not like HIV being echo. It's always been there. And for a good portion of time, they see SAP. But now we have gotten back to the place where it's
like, mind you, it has decreased. The
no, it's still there. It's still there.
Decreased. Nothing has decreased.
It's still there.
If I COVID, COVID figure.
Yeah.
Be high. Yeah, that time you figure. Since I sab, because every day we check my stats.
Yeah.
When's the show with you? Check on one of my stats.
But there's a different story with the COVID, because it was just flu, guys. Come on.
Yeah, I know.
Come on, let's admit it was just flu.
Yeah, but you know now the way we buy in Zangakon, we have my stats. Everyone by check my stats. But manje, the way HIV says it's normalize it. It wasn't too much. My sort is called as pillar now. So it's normalized.
Yeah. Usually. But I mean, also the I'll say drugs. The drugs that are made for living, the drugs that are made for kind of living with a virus like HIV are known. So people have kind of, or maybe that's the reason. The fact that we have now accepted Uguti, HIV and AIDS is now part of society and we can't really get rid of it. Same way we can't get rid of COVID. So it's not like I can wear a mask every day.
Yeah.
But if it affects me, then I'll wear a mask. So it's kind of like if I contracted the virus.
So right now there's no shame with regards to the HIV and AIDS because it's no longer 18 pills right now. It's just
they've
one
minimized
pill.
on the amount of pills.
Just
Yeah.
1, 2, or 3 pills.
Yeah, and the
that
people
you
are
take.
still there.
And
then you
there's
find
also
out new
things like
information.
PrEPs.
Yeah.
There's things like PrEPs right now. So where it's actually like we are more afraid of having. What are we more afraid of? Having
For me,
children or having the disease?
Nah.
For me, it's both, bro.
That's it.
No, not for you. I'm
But
saying
for
in
general.
general. I'm saying as a collective.
In general,
in
I would.
general.
But yeah,
But that's
it's
it.
tricky, bro.
That's for me the way you born
Because in general, I would say none. If you're getting
Yeah, it
pregnant,
looks like we're not afraid of
yeah,
anything.
if you're getting
Yeah.
pregnant,
Yeah.
that means you're putting yourself in the position of contracting an STD.
But the difference between the two, between i-disease nomntwana, ukuthi immediately yazi ukuthi umntwana una more impact like visible than i-disease.
Nah, boy.
Is
Both
that
are
what
visible.
people think?
Yes,
Both
back.
are visible.
Wait.
Both are visible.
Wait,
Check.
Is that what people think or what you think?
I think abantu bacabanga kanjani. You know why ngisho kanjalo? Check mama azoba nomntwana. Ushaya ipocket kakhulu. And that's why uAfrika lo because uyazi ukuthi uzoluza imali ebhayi. But da awuluzi imali. Mathola disease. And akusi
Lose impilo.
uluza impilo but wena if you check la South Africa lesikhulume nje ngeSouth Africa yodwa. Thina sisabi risk ba. Noma kuthiwa da ukuthi kuyafiwa kune bomb siyangena.
I mean, I miss me, eh?
Hey, you understand? Ukufa asikusabi. That's the last thing esingesabi. It's like instead of saying ukuthi are we afraid of HIV, you can say are we afraid of death? Ngifila ngathi asinendaba nokufa but sisaba ukuba nabantwana. Instead of saying ukuthi sisaba ukufa. Ukufa sikusabi. Ukufa sikuchallenge sikubhekile so. But kuba nomntwana uvese ubone ukuthi because nowadays
I think you have a point there.
Definitely. I think that's where I was going. I think that's where I was going with this question, Uguti. We are actually not afraid of the diseases that we might contract in the process of
Sexual
having
intercourse.
intimacy.
Yeah.
But what we are afraid of the most is having kids. Because we understand what hindrances
It comes
that might
with,
bring
yeah.
into our lives. But with regards to sex, we'll just have sex. And then it will be that mistake you would see, I didn't put out in time. Rabi Punyuile.
Tepa.
Or it's I came in and you were not in a contraceptive, those kind of things. But we barely think about, think about it. Think about it when as a person. The time you had sex and you knew that you were having unprotected sex, what first did you think about? Contracting HIV or not having a kid?
Not having a kid.
For me,
Most of the time, it's not having a kid.
Yeah. For me,
Most of the time.
And the thing is, now, for me personally, I would say I'd speak on my experiences. It's like, and it's probably dumb, bro, if not stupid. The fact that you trust a person just based off of the time spent.
Is it more?
Sometimes even the looks.
Sometimes
the
is it more about trust? Or is it more about just the moment?
No, it's trust. It boils down to trust because you wouldn't go down that path if you knew that this person had a virus.
I don't think it's trust.
What is it? It cause uthemba lo muntu ukuthi vele.
I futhi uyicabanga nokuthi i-trust uthi umbuka ukuthi ayilo mara ngiyamthemba next. It's just in the moment and awucabanga ukuthi hey lana fangabe ngiyamthemba or mombheki
Maybe it's
kanjani.
because I don't have moments, like momentarily, like situations where I have to decide on the spot with okay, alright.
Abona khona lento le bese sakhuluma ngayo ukuthi sometimes iba nemcondo ethu ukuthi once masohona leyo wasaspana if lobo spana immediately bozokhona ukubona ukuthi mara ngiyamthemba lo muntu lo but immediately masohona sokuleyo moment leyo ubona ngathi istage sokusileso ezinye izinto ziba blocked then manje immediately masola into efuna ukuyibona wena ukuthi mangazibona nje sengicedile and masocedile ikhona indaba ukuthi uyamthemba khona indaba ukuthi uyotholana the only thing nje yenze icabanga masophakathi ukuthi ingashiyi something because masoshiye something uyazi ukuthi lo muntu lo sonaye forever
awucabanga ukuthi wena sothathe something
yes awuyicabanga ukuthi ingashiyi something as umjidi esayidini lomjidi you understand esayidini lomjidi into icabanga phela ukuthi angashiyi something then mozoyibuya then masoyicherry then ucabanga wenza sure ukuthi lo muntu angashiyi something kimi.
And another thing I've noticed is how women are so trusting, and I'm interested in that. And it would be interesting to have a woman in this conversation with you. Like, I'm interested into why they are so trusting, whereas they are mostly the receivers.
Yeah.
For instance, when it comes to pregnancy, they are the ones who are going to bear the consequences of pregnancy. More than men. And also when it comes to contracting any disease or virus, they are the most vulnerable compared to us.
And it's just showing
given that the guy is circumcised.
And look at this card to show unlike a machita. That means
so I'm interested with it, why are they so trusting or so accepting in the fact that a guy that they don't know can just come and
all is
have
good.
sex with them and
common, right?
I think it's common. I think it's common.
For the parts that I might kind of know about, it's mostly rubbers are known to be uncomfortable for women, right?
But
No,
is it an excuse?
But is
No,
that the case?
I'm just I've just arrived. I've just arrived.
Okay.
Young tall. So I don't know what's boiling in a woman's mind. So I can't make up the thoughts that are running through their heads. But for one, I would think that they would trust a person they know for a longer period of time than a person they have just met.
That's arguable, my dog.
You know?
That's arguable, my
But
dog.
let me finish. But now the thing is, not all occasions do you meet people you know for a long period of time. There's one stands. My one night stand happened differently. You know, and there's one night stands where protection is not even part of the conversation. So in those moments,
Sometimes there's no conversation.
that's what I'm saying. So in those moments, I wouldn't know. That moment,
Talking about experience.
I'm kidding. You know, so in
He's
those
really-
moments, people are drunk.
Yeah.
So there's obviously no conversation in
What you were
relation to
saying,
that.
Uti, they're all about the moment.
Yeah, well, so it depends on, I think, the situation. If it's a one-night stand, there's two outcomes. Whether if you are from the club, one-night stand, and people are too drunk to even think about the situation they're in,
But
then
you ever be too drunk? Or
and
you
then
just
people make up
decide-
excuses that they are too drunk.
So those are excuses.
Yeah, people
That's
make
why
up
I'm asking
excuses
Uti,
that they're too drunk.
Are you actually too drunk to actually think that you should be doing
I don't
this?
think so.
Or you're like
You're
choosing
ignorant.
to
Yeah.
be ignorant.
You're ignorant because it's not like you don't know what you're doing.
And it's not even ignorance, because if you can look at the definition of ignorance, it's something else. It's choosing to be dismissive.
So they're choosing to dismiss the fact you would say, okay,
The
should I use a
consequences might be
rubber
like
or
this.
not?
The consequences might be like this. So you actually discard or dismiss
Anything.
those consequences.
You discard anything.
So that's the thing. In a matter of, I just want to enjoy this moment because this moment is presented itself right now, and it's the holiest and the best moment that can happen to me right now, and nothing else matters. And guess what? Most people who have thought that actually died. or actually regretted
And I feel like
their decisions.
I feel like if women are the receivers, né, they should always still be the people that kind of
They stay guard.
yeah, then they stay guard. They are the traffic cops.
Yeah.
Ube traffic cop riding yakho.
But now,
Because-
how do women become traffic cops if the society is telling them to be free? Is telling
You can
them to be
free,
sexually
but
liberated
You can be sexually
and to
liberated.
express their sexuality in whatever way they wish to exercise
That's
it.
fine. Eh? You can express your sexuality and all
Consequences
of that.
doesn't matter.
with
No,
taking
consequences
risks
doesn't
into
matter
account.
because I've been given the right to terminate whatever
So
I
we'll go
have.
out here, you know.
Yeah.
If she
I've
contracts
been
something,
given, I've
so
been
what?
given the right
Yeah.
to have the pills if I want them.
That means she.
So you see
accepted.
that I believe that in each and everything that has happened, that has had impact or change into a human's mind, there's fear that has been instilled in it. For people to take the COVID jabs, there was fear instilled that you're gonna get sick and die. And if that's not the case, you've seen that people actually don't die, you're gonna lose your job because you don't have the jab. So that's fear. Go to church, or if you don't go to church,
You're a sinner.
you're a sinner. If you do these certain things,
You're a sinner.
and if you continue doing these things, you're gonna
Go
go
to
to
hell.
hell and die and
Burn
burn
for eternity.
for eternity.
Yes, imagine burning
Right?
forever. We are Shamlibe.
More fire.
Shout out DJ Smooth.
But please come on.
Hey.
Punchline.
So in each and everything, in sharp with us. So there's one thing I said in one of our episodes when we had Black and Clayton Cortez. I said that there's two ways to influence the human being. It's either you manipulate them or you inspire them. But it so seems that fear is the number one way that people usually go. And if you strip out the fear, meaning that's what has been done with this instance of contracting an HIV virus,
That you can live with it.
that you can,
That you
live
can
with
have a
fine.
healthy kid.
Yeah, you can have a healthy kid.
Yeah.
You can be positive, I'm negative, and I want
Everything is still
contract
fine.
it. It's still fine. We can both have it, and we come out with a kid that's perfectly healthy. And there's things like PrEP. So that has taken away the fear. I think that is why in our society we are having that thing which no, I see Sabi, it's not our priority right now. Like it's not our priority. Our priority is the thing that we see each and every single day. People being pregnant and giving children and coming and complaining that whoa, amanapkena yadura. Whoa,
School
fees
fees.
yadura. Whoa, school fees yadura. And that's the only thing we care about. Those are the
Tangibles.
repercussions we see that are tangible. That okay, maybe I shouldn't come inside, or maybe I should also guide this guy so that he doesn't come inside, or I should take pills after this if he happens to come inside, or I should buy her pills if I happen to come inside. But we forgot about the virus because the fear has been stripped away, and which is good because back in the day in 2002, in 2005, in 2008, there were people who actually committed suicide.
Because they
A
contracted.
mass number of people who contracted the virus because they found
At that
that
time.
I'm positive. And stripping away the fear was actually good. But we didn't realize that it actually created another problem that we might have, which is people just going in without thinking about it. And most of the time, stripping away that fear has created more children than before.
I think the programming yakhona ibuya deep. Mawucheka i-programming is even ye-society the way by-program ngakhona. Mawucheka ukuthi the way siphila ngakhona, siphila ku-moment. Asisaphileli ukuthi uphile
Lifestyle.
kusasa.
You know, the other day what I was thinking is and I didn't even research it, and I thought I was gonna research it. Who the fuck actually came up with the concept of YOLO? You only live once.
It's Drake.
Yeah, and what?
Drake.
Are you sure it's October?
But where did he get it from?
I don't know where he got it.
There's no person before him who actually came with that.
Maybe
He's the person who came with it.
With the term
I
YOLO.
think we should fact check that.
Where's my
I
phone?
don't have your phone.
Let's find out.
Well, now you're fact checking.
Yeah, because I found it interesting, Fana. And benkupuka masters, and I actually thought, who actually taught people that you only live once?
Yes,
Because that creates a person who's gonna be irresponsible.
In the amount you check, even go society, we spill ngakhona. Even from more via, maybe we are somewhere, you're clapping or you go.
Actually, it's Ben Zimmer, a lexicographer, found the earliest usage of the acronym from 1993 in a trademark filed for YOLO gear with "You only live once" in small lettering. The acronym was popularized by around 2011 by Canadian rapper Drake. So he popularized
it. Yeah. But I know that he shouldn't be the one who came up with it. Yeah.
So shout out Ben Zimmer.
Yeah.
Shout out
Probably
Drake.
I don't know.
Yeah, he's probably dead.
I don't know. But I found it interesting, man. Like, I really found it interesting because there are people who actually make decisions, life-changing decisions, just because of that term.
And it was successful.
Just like the show you would see. I mean, all of us can be caught up in the moment.
Sure.
Yeah.
To say, yeah, this is the moment I want to enjoy right now.
But how many times do you get caught up in the moment?
Exactly.
Every moment.
Exactly. Because there's something you mentioned, Wuti, everyone gets caught up in the moment, and you discard your logical mind, and you are actually thinking about
the moment
the moment that you're in. And I beg to differ. Me, beside Lam, I'm different. Each and everything that I do in my life, not each and everything, almost each and everything, I actually think about it through. And the almost is only for the things that are not expected. It's the thing that I didn't calculate for. But the things that I decide to do, I actually have a step back where it's like, maybe I'm schizophrenic. There's me, and then there's
the other you.
The other me. Dad's words. If you grew up with a dad, your dad's words are what's gonna guide you in life.
Sure.
When your dad says something to reprimand you, in each and everything that you're gonna do in your life, you're gonna think about your dad's words. But unfortunately, or fortunately, I don't know, I grew up without a dad, but it's like there's that dad in me that says, in each and every decision that I'm making, I should be sane to make that decision, whether I'm intoxicated
or not,
or on cocaine, which I don't even do.
Yeah.
But in each and everything that I do, I don't get swallowed by the moment.
Yeah.
I always think that, look, this is what I want in life. This is the decision that I want. This is the path that I want to take with my life. But, and that's the voice. Me, I'm just enjoying the moment. But at the back of my mind, there will be that voice that says, look, this is what you want. This is the path you should be taking. This doesn't align with the path that you want. So take these steps to avoid you being in a place that you don't like. So I don't understand what's so difficult for other people to. I don't live in other people's lives, but I'm just
I think
sharing
it is kind of
my
interesting
own way.
to kind of find out what is going through a person's mind in the moment of sexual activity, bro. In the moment of sexual intercourse.
And
What is going through
bro, it wouldn't be about only sexual activity.
intercourse? Yeah.
It would go to everything.
Anything. Yeah.
What goes through a person's mind when they take a knife and stick it into another person's skin?
But I mean,
The
to
human-
stick to the
the-
concept, to the
Of
topic.
course.
I mean, obviously, in any kind of situation, you would want to know what was going through a person's mind if they went and murdered 1,000 people. You know, if they became a serial killer and whatever. Though that's how you end up having terms like serial killer, because someone was interested enough to investigate and research on the pattern. And then coin the term serial killer, you know, stuff like that.
You were right. Let's stick to it.
Yeah. So my interest is what is going through your head before you even get to the point where you are in bed naked, everything. Are you at a point where you're like, you know what, fuck it. I don't care. Whatever happens, happens, as long as Ntwana, I nutted. Ngwazile Ntwana uchwera, ngachitha. That's the only thing that's ringing in your head, or what? Because for me, for instance, I know that I have to question a lot of things, even though it's not about me, but the person I'm with. You know?
Have you
And
ever studied slavery?
slavery? No.
Yeah.
Study? No.
Yeah, like study how we become slaves to certain things, how people become slaves to addiction, how people become slaves to alcohol, to sex.
Yes. Now
In
that
this
you put
context.
it in context,
Yeah,
makes sense. Because
slavery
without context,
slavery is
without
forced.
context,
Yeah.
without
Forced.
context. is-
But slavery in a way that
I
you're
get
a
you.
slave to sex,
Yeah.
you're a slave to love, you're a slave to drinks, you're a slave to
Whatever
smoking.
vices.
Whatever,
Whatever vices.
But there's the one thing esike sayikhuluma, but it was off camera. Besikhuluma.
Off camera?
Yeah, it was off camera.
Okay.
I think I don't know if uyakhumbula. But I think bengikhuluma na uthi I even asked abanye abantu like the question uthi, do you think there's still hope for society? Or it's only the only hope that is still there is for individuals?
Do they hope for a society?
I think we have.
You had that conversation, right?
I'm the one who
Yeah.
always says that.
Yeah.
I don't have hope for the human
The
race.
human race,
but I
yeah.
only have hope,
For
the
individuals,
out there. Yeah.
I mean, it would make sense that way, because if you looked at majority based as compared to minority, there's a lot of questionable things that majority do that minority probably don't even get involved in. Like what we just said now, we probably fall part of minority.
Yeah. And we do.
You know what I mean? And for the majority, it's not saying majority is everyone else outside of us three, but majority can be like 60% over 40%. You know? That majority chooses, whether sane or not, you know, whether sober or not, they choose to live on the edge, to do things knowing the risks involved. Knowing the risks involved. Ukhumbule Ntwana ukuthi,
Adrenaline.
yeah, you must remember Uti, you were taught about HIV and AIDS
From
from
grade
an
what?
early age. Early age, primary dog. Unprotected sex from an early age. LO. We had it all our lives.
And that time, with our generation, that time, HIV was still hot.
it was a hot topic.
It was a hot topic.
It was a hot topic.
It was sensitive.
You know?
Yeah.
Exactly. So, for me, then that means you're being ignorant. And so it's not like you don't know. I don't think anyone does not know.
Can you look at the stats where South Africa falls right now
In terms of
in
contracting,
terms
it's probably
of
up there.
HIV?
I think there was a time
It's
I
up
heard.
there.
Yeah, it's up there.
I think I've seen it on Twitter that it's up there. And I think, I think this conversation is necessary, right? And we never realized that this conversation is necessary.
The country has the highest number of people afflicted with HIV of any country, and the fourth highest adult HIV prevalence rate according to the 2019. So there hasn't been any study ever since 2019.
It's fine.
But
So since 2019,
2019, we're the fourth
yeah, we are the
in the
fourth.
whole world.
Dude, the highest
In the whole world.
adult prevalence rate. So in terms of adults getting the virus, we are number 4.
Yeah.
We are
but
number
I'm
4.
sure if now we were to do the stats, I'm sure the youth now they are getting it more.
Yeah, because since 2019 up until now, the hookup culture has decreased.
I think when I ask
Yeah, it become worse. Hookup culture has become worse.
and then into understand about I think HIV because abantu ababhali understand HIV ukuthi uyithatha from someone. Sometimes HIV yakhona we-create wena because the more soloku what angithi yazishilo ukuthi i-virus the more soloku ubhizi the way ubhizi ngakhona and ushaye plastic yakutshela so that ring igcina i-create la yona ukuba i-virus eyo that's why uthi mayicheck ukuthi nochero nayo mara akanayo and bonke labantu ngathi uyabalandwe one by one abanayo mara wena wonayo.
But when you say what he created,
It's like
Just
yeah,
like flu. You can actually create flu in your body.
so you're saying I can
Rather than-
create HIV
Bacteria.
yeah, bacteria.
and then
Just like
transmit
a
it?
bacteria.
Yes.
Just like a bacteria. A bacteria can build up in you.
But don't
And
I have to
then-
pick up that bacteria from somewhere? I understand that everyone
In your
has
surroundings,
bacteria.
of course.
Yeah,
In your surroundings, of course.
so that means it's not entirely me.
Bona
I picked
support
it
the
up.
point akantwana ngingayazi nokuyazi.
No,
Ngiyaresearcha
Ntwana. That's why I'm
Bheka,
asking.
bheka, Ntwana. Yazi.
Ngiyamthola, man.
Yeah, ngiyakuthola.
The way usho ngakhona.
Yeah.
Maybe ungayithola let's say the most unusual places toilet and then bese ngiyakhama thola ukuthi before mina or before bekunomuntu
Can you get it that way?
positive.
Hey.
Yeah,
Isn't
you
it
can,
blood transmitted?
No, it's not.
Even outside of blood
No, okay. It's blood transmitted.
and sexually
If-
transmitted.
If you have a cut, and you wouldn't know sometimes that you have a cut.
Yeah, that's open, and then mina
Yeah.
with an open wound, feeling it.
Yeah.
They
So
not transmitting.
bathrooms. Someone has HIV. Their fluids are there. Their fluids is their blood.
Yeah.
And then my open cuts
And then
comes
you have
in
an
contact with that.
you have an open cut, and then your open cut.
Comes in contact
Yes.
with the open fluid.
And I mean the way ngisho ngakhona azifana nani started le class le. Le class le empty.
Teacher.
Yangithola le empty le class. So
Teacher.
let's say uthola ucheri oyi-1, right? Makafika because igazi lakhe akithi empty
Bese uyaqina.
makafika nje afika athi
Uthelani
usheya kancane yazi usheyani
Uthelani?
igazi angithi igazi lakho inside yena awusebenzisa ngecondom
Yeah.
so igazi lakhe lelo litholile so noma ngathi uyavaya yogeza manje igazi lakhe litholile liphakathi
Or igazi le transmitted during sex.
angithi vele ntwana igazi direct is
Not
like
just fluids.
it's not
fluids
just
get
fluid
through
but
it.
igazi you understand then bese uyabuya ulanda omunye angithi ushilo ukuthi you get lucky then you get lucky again nomunye uyabuya uthi cha
Teacher.
then let's say maybe kuzuthole i-HIV that does really be fill up
Sure.
la sengithi mina ukhona ukuthi uyi-create
And
wena
then
uyi-create
so
wena kaso
Yeah, we swag.
then soyitholile then uzongitshela ukuthi ubani okugaye ilo i-HIV la angeke uzowazi bose bonke lantu babatesta banayo but kuwe ithe mayifila la bonke abezanga banayo but because la wonke la magazi mathe wangena wafika la bantu masewahlangena wathi what HIV
That's interesting. Ngifuna ukwenza more research on that.
yeah no HIV
Ngifuna ukwenza more research on that. But I think we can just wrap it up. I'm hoping we can have someone HIV positive on the episode. Oh, yeah, I'm telling her back, Ntwana.
Yeah, nigga virus. Yeah. See, guys, that's how it's done.
Yeah.
Send back to resend. Back to sender.
Yeah. No, I'm
Okay.
hoping that we
Yeah.
can, like, ngale conversation, as we always say, because
Nga expand,
conversation
yeah.
way to Guti. This is not the end all.
The conversation.
Yeah, it's not the end of the conversation. Till now, we're just sparking the conversation.
sure
And I'm hoping, Guti, there could be someone who's going to be courageous or comfortable, who might come
in the comment section, even. You don't have to be
To
here.
the comment section.
Yeah.
Or the best can
Would be
actually
here.
come and sit with us and have a conversation.
Part two.
Probably that time. Namu ngizobe ngiyenzile yami research.
Yeah,
sure. Alista yeke umjuta la. Athele makhapi. Yabona.
I am telling my company. Shyly experiment.
Yeah, so I'm hoping that this conversation will actually
Expand.
spark that and we can expand.
I guess
We're
the
not experts.
invite.
We
can
just
go-
curious. We're
I
not
guess
experts.
Yeah.
So don't
I
come
guess
for-
the invite lo sure ukuthi anyone on the comment section.
We are actually
Hey,
opening
if you
it.
feel ngathi awufuna
You
ukuthi
can
ubuye zwakala.
actually send us an email, or if it's not an email,
Comment.
you can
DM.
DM on
Inbox.
Instagram. I think Instagram is the easiest way you can DM us
Yeah.
so that everything is just private and we can have you. And you cannot, if I'm comfortable, you don't have to sit with us
We'll
here.
blur you out.
You can be out of the camera.
Hey, your voice.
We'll give you a mic and then you voice out if you're uncomfortable. But
Yeah.
I think this was
necessary
the
conversation.
beginning of a conversation.
Yeah. It's
And
very
I'm
necessary.
thinking, Guti, after this conversation, I'm gonna do
Some
more
research.
on this.
I mean, it is interesting, you know?
Yeah, because
Because,
it's interesting.
I mean, I know how I live based on my lifestyle.
Yeah.
You know, but to think about it in broader,
Those are your last words,
in a
right?
broader perspective, yeah, in a broader perspective, it's not as easy as a piece of cake. You know, there's a lot of situations that come into play when people get into the situations they get into. You know, my lifestyle that we get
Let's put it
involved
this
in.
way. Let's put it this way. Life is easy, but it's not simple.
Are those your last words? Are those my last words? In your words.
I'm giving you an
Last words.
Hey,
I'm giving
uyayivaka manje.
There you have it.
There you have it.
You do whatever you want to
How
do.
you
with
pin
it.
it? How you pin? How you
Hey,
pin?
those are the last week.
How you pin?
Just close it.
How you pin? Just face the
Ivan.
cam.
Yeah.
Just face the cam.
Kama like
Hey,
this.
hey, Ivan.
Okay, no, pause.
And you feel it.
Ivan ntwana.
Okay.
Ivan ntwana. Shangala magama. Life?
Conjunctive.
Tell life?
Life in its essence is very easy, but it is not simple.
There you have it.
There you have it, guys.
There you have it. As we always say,
Take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and take care of your pockets. This is the MC Street Podcast, and we're signing out.
And when we say pockets, we're not referring to his pockets,
But
we are
your
referring
finances.
to the other pockets.
What pockets? What other pockets?
pero khuluma ngetopic kumthi. Hey, awulen. Awulen. Sekudala ke mbambi into yakho. Awulen.
Oh, I'm a pocket.
Oh, the Kuruma is in his farm.
Hey,
Hey guys,
take off that pocket.
Forget about finances.
Yeah, but take all that protect.
Protect that pocket.
Protect.
Don't take care, protect it.
Protect that bird.
I mean, I need to go now.